Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we are doing a bit of a day in the life, which I don't think I've ever done like a full day in the life here on my channel. So if you enjoy this, please let me know and I will try to do them a bit more often. I recorded this on a Friday, which I have Fridays off this time of year. I booked them off for the month of May just as a way for me to be able to recover a bit from tax season. So this day is a day off for me from the office and I kind of have the freedom to do a little bit of whatever I want, including just spending time with my horses and getting caught up with whatever needs to be caught up here at the ranch. I am honestly still dealing with a bit of a tax season hangover, so I feel like I haven't been that super productive, but just trying to give myself a bit of grace. One of the goals that I set for 2025 was to read 20 books during the year. And so especially now that tax season is over, I'm trying to read as much as I can. So in the mornings, whether it's a day that I am going into the office or not, I try to read 10 pages or so of the book that I have on the go. Right now, I'm reading, I feel like this is a very out of left field book. I'm reading Story of a Soul by Saint Therese of Lisieux. I have recently been a lot more, wanting to dig into my faith a bit more and Saint Therese's saint day is actually on my birthday, October 1st. And so her autobiography, I felt like, was a great way to just read about someone who is significantly more holy than I am. I will tell you, after reading this book, I feel like an absolute monster. But it also gives me hope that, if I, just continue to invest in my faith, maybe I can get, 10% of the way to sainthood in the way that Therese of Lisieux was. One thing that I've also tried to do since tax season ended was to reduce my caffeine intake. I still like to enjoy a coffee in the morning though, so I make myself just a baby cup most mornings, just to, I don't know, I honestly do need the pickup as, like I said, I'm definitely feeling the hangover from tax season, so definitely still need the caffeine. Meal number 2 today is probably my favorite meal. I've got some mixed berries that have like blackberries and cherries and whatnot. And then I include some Greek yogurt, which I eat 10% fat Greek yogurt. So it's super, super creamy, super dense, and just tastes so, so, so good. On top of the Greek yogurt, I put protein powder. I had a sample package from PE Science of their Snickerdoodle protein powder, which that's what I'm using here. That's the protein brand that I like to use, is PE Science. And Snickerdoodle is definitely one that I recommend trying. It tastes very, 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 very good. Highly recommend. That and Cake Pop are probably my favorite. I also put creatine in this meal too. I feel like most people mix creatine in with their drinks. I've always just mixed it in with my yogurt in the morning. I don't think it really makes a difference, just as long as you're getting, I use 5 grams a day of creatine. And then as well, I do a tablespoon of natural peanut butter. If you know anything about me, you will know that I am a huge fan of peanut butter. I would eat peanut butter at every single meal if I could. I love it so, so much. And then the last thing that I put on this is just some ground flaxseed. I ground the flax just before I need it for my meal. And then that is it for meal 2. Just got back from grocery shopping. One of my least favorite activities in the whole entire world. This Skinny Pop. My husband loves Skinny Pop. We get it, so these have like individual bags inside of these bags. He likes them better like that because of just portion control. Otherwise he could eat like an entire bag. So we got the individual bags. I've been loving sandwiches. I've literally been eating sandwiches like every day just as a way to get enough carbs every day. So I buy this Bellagio whole wheat. I only like going to the grocery store once a week if I can swing it. So it ends up being quite a big haul. But like I said, I don't like grocery shopping, so the less frequently I can do it, the better. An avocado a day keeps the doctor away. I'm gonna make a turkey chili tonight, so I've got green pepper, red onion, ground turkey that I bought for that. I've been on a kiwi kick lately. Tasting delightful. So I cook my rice in bone broth. I buy this bone broth. It makes the rice, I make jasmine rice, it makes the rice taste 1,000 times better, and it adds
a bit of protein, because a cup of this has 9 grams of protein. So I'm gonna use some of that in the turkey chili and when I do meal prep for my rice later this weekend. An anniversary card for Lucas. Our anniversary is coming up, so thought I better buy one while I was thinking of it. On my sandwiches, I use the no sugar added Smucker's raspberry jam. And then a lot of the usual suspects: zucchini, just white mushrooms, asparagus, bag salad. I bought a kale, sweet kale, and buffalo ranch. I've been drinking coconut milk lately, more egg whites, which apparently I did not need to buy. Some ground beef, and then some frozen shrimp and frozen pineapple. That's all she wrote. So for lunch, I just have some meal prepped food. I have mixed veggies with rice and some ground turkey. I heat that up. I usually put like an avocado just diced up on top, and I usually put like mustard or something on it as well. So I just ate my lunch and I'm gonna go out and work with Diesel, but before I do, we are going to get the turkey chili going because I'm gonna have it just cook in the slow cooker for several hours so that it'll be ready for supper time. So I just got this extra lean ground turkey. We're gonna brown that. It did call for a pound of turkey. I'm only doing half a pound of turkey. So I'm doing half the recipe because we do not need to have that much turkey chili. So half the recipe, which means we need to do half of a red onion and half of a bell pepper. I did just rinse the pepper. I don't know how effective that is at getting rid of, I don't know, any gross things that are lurking on my food, my vegetables. I should probably buy some sort of produce wash. If you guys have any thoughts on that, let me know, because I have no idea. So it says to finely dice the pepper. I'm sure my knife skills are atrocious, so never mind me. This is also a very dull knife, so I'm sure that's not finely diced. Does it really matter though? Like, it's gonna be sitting in the slow cooker for hours, getting super soft. Ugh, I don't know. I was never taught these things. Maybe I'll just go like this. So this is what it looks like. If anyone's interested, I will put the recipe up on the screen. So we'll turn on the slow cooker and let it do its thing. Alright, I changed into my barn clothes. I do not know if we will be able to work in the arena. It rained a little bit yesterday, and then I think a little bit overnight. But otherwise the sun has been out, so there is a chance it's dry enough to work in. I'm gonna work Junior first today. I always work Diesel first. We're gonna work the old man today. So they are out in the pasture because they are on pasture now. We are done feeding hay until the fall. So let's go catch them. So I worked Diesel for about 15 minutes and I decided to do groundwork today instead of riding just because he is very, very fresh today. And because I'm always out here on my own, I do need to be a bit mindful about the risks that I am taking. So we decided to do groundwork. 15 minutes in, a storm rolled in super fast, started thundering and all that stuff, and then started raining, so we called it. It's better than nothing, but I hear a cat. There should not be a cat in the barn. Stand by. I kicked the cats out of my barn because they were making an absolute mess of it. So I'm like very militant about making sure there's no cats in here anymore. Story for another day. But yeah, we got 15 minutes in, which is better than nothing. Obviously, I would have preferred to have done a bit more, but it's kind of how it goes, especially this time of year with the spring storms and stuff like that. I will admit that I'm having a very hard time being motivated to do much at all with my horses. I'm gonna chalk it up to me just being still pretty tired from tax season and just, I don't know, needing to just catch up on life. And so just need to give myself a bit of grace and just be patient with myself that he's out here waiting for me, and whatever I'm able and willing to do, he's there for it. So that's kind of where we're at with that. I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of day in the life video. I've never done like a full start to finish day in the life before on my channel, so let me know if you enjoyed it. I just gave the horses their supper, so they're munching down on that. My husband and I are gonna have some supper tonight, and we're gonna watch the finale of Survivor. We have become fans of Survivor. I mean, we were growing up, I think like everyone was watching like Survivor Australia and stuff like that. This season we've really enjoyed. There's finally some like athletic jocks in this season. That is the reason I love to watch Survivor, is people like that who are super athletic and talented at doing the challenges and stuff. So very excited to see who wins this season of Survivor. And I think, yeah, we'll just have a chill rest of the evening. Looks like it's going to thunderstorm again. So Sadie is currently in the house having a panic attack because as soon as there's a little bit of a rumble, she's out. She's having, a panic attack. So with all that, I guess be sure to follow me everywhere at Strong in the Saddle. And until next time, remember, it's always a good day to ride.